the obvious out of the way first. Men suck. I'm not saying we don't exist. I'm saying I'm not proud of that fact that we do. In some circles, we're called daddy. In all circles, I call us what we are, the foreskin that needs to be circumcised off the penis of life. Now that that's out of the way, conventional comedy wisdom says to write what you know, which sounds good unless you're the kind of person that doesn't know very much. My quest for higher knowledge did not take me to MIT or Harvard. I needed something more feasible. So instead, I went to Quincy, Massachusetts. But I did learn something valuable. I am terrible at insulting people. I overanalyze my own dialogue. Hey, go fuck yourself. No, you don't deserve the pleasure. Hey, where do you get off? No, that's more than I want to know about you. I didn't mean to encroach. Common knowledge will say that the hardest thing in the world to try to spend is Bitcoin. To which I say, have you ever tried to spend time with your family? I grew up in Dorchester, Massachusetts. I don't live there anymore, that's why I'm still alive to tell you that. But while I was there, I learned family don't. Picture it, sitting there, building Lego towers in your gosh bagoshes. And one day, somebody taller than you walks in and says, hey, don't be a dick, unless somebody tells you to suck theirs. So I'm 5, and I said to my grandfather, could you not do that? Doing something that you just did is something you shouldn't do while I'm this small. All right, Lloyd, I'll talk to you later. 2 years later, came back, more life advice. Lloyd, one day you might have a conflict with a schizophrenic person, and it'll be very rude to ask them, who the hell do you think you are? I don't know what the scariest part of that story is. 1, I didn't write that. That was just my life in 1993. 2, my cousin, who is also a child and sitting next to me, leans in and says, I think now would be a good time to leave. Or the fact that number 3, we left into the streets of Dorchester, a safer place to be at that point. The streets of Dorchester shouldn't be safer than being around your grandparents. The only thing the streets of Dorchester should be safer than are the streets of Worcester. Not even the weirdest thing that ever happened to me in the ghetto. That came when I went to Roxbury, or as I know it as, Dorchester the sequel. Wasn't my decision to go from Dorchester to Roxbury. My parents' call. They called it a necessary move. I called it what it was, a lateral move. And while I was there, the phone call came. One day I'm sitting there playing N64 because I'm trying to stay off the streets. And my mother comes in and says, Lloyd, your aunt's got a call for you. I'm gonna let you know what she's gonna say. Not now, mother. You see that? That's called the water temple. You wouldn't know about that. But it took me months to get to this point, and you're gonna ruin it with your family and your phone calls. Step aside. Obviously, she didn't step aside. Yes, Auntie. Lloyd, I know you're going to high school next year. I want you to remember that sex is just like a bridge game. Come again? Sex is just like a bridge game. You don't need a partner if you got a good hand. That'll be all, Mother. Take it away. It made sense a year later. Children loved having children in the year 2000. I was a child in the year 2000. I didn't want myself. So in order to keep myself safe and, not get into that trouble, I won't lie, I played a lot of bridge. And it worked. I've been practicing virginism for 33 years, which means in 7 years' time, I'll be the perfect candidate for the 40-Year-Old Virgin sequel. Cultural Reverse Edition. We're back. He's black, and he's kept it all in the sack. But on the other side, I'm terrible at dirty talk. What do you think of 69, Lloyd? Great summer? Much like tonight, that's all I would have. Thank you very much.